Good morning, everyone. It's a little dark out here, isn't it? It's early. I have got to prep myself for the prayer vigil presentation that comes on live for the next 27 days or something still on. So I gotta get ready for that. So I'm making this right now. I am outside. It's about 7:30 in the morning, and it's raining, it's thundering, but that's supposed to all pass by about 9 o'clock. Then it's going to open up. It's going to be again almost 70 degrees today, nice and warm and sunny. And I'm sitting out here with just, as you can see, a light shirt. It's so warm. It's wonderful. Yes, going towards the end of February. Yeah, climate change. Yeah, no. We've had, that was a couple of years ago, snow. A foot of snow or something at this time. And it's just different from year to year. I've said this before. They're here in a microclimate. I live in the Daniel Boone National Forest, and it's considered a microclimate. And it just, you never know what you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates. But when it comes to the seasons, I think, all in all, they're pretty consistent, right? Yes? So we have a couple of nice warm days, right? It's like perfect to want to go and start doing what in the garden. Yeah, you can do some things. Just don't jump the gun with certain seeds, because tomorrow it's going to be still warm during the day, and then towards the evening, or was it today? We're going to have a drastic drop again in temperature. Yes. Well, anyway, that's how it is. But right now, I'm sitting out here in just a shirt. That's nice. I love it. Yes. Oh, and do I want it just to stay that way? That's silly to think like that during winter months, okay? I enjoy these days. It's great. But I'm not expecting that to continue on, right? Because I will be disappointed. It's not going to continue on like this. And I enjoy the cold weather too. Right? I enjoy the hot weather. Right? I just go with it. Sometimes wishful thinking is just that. And if it causes more grief than other things. And so I said, no, I'm not going to, oh, wouldn't it be nice if it were already spring and I didn't, no, I just enjoyed the day as they come, right? Yes, okay. So I want to show you, I was in the garden yesterday, and these are the Jerusalem artichokes. I've fixed this one so I can show you. I just dug them out yesterday, okay? So they've been in the ground. I have a whole container in the house. The stalks and everything's already died down, right, in the fall, and they've just been in the ground while it snowed and was freezing and I don't know what, right? Yes? And look, this is still how they come out, huh? Now listen to this. Oh my God. Oh. I like them fresh like this better than cooked. They're literally like carrot. The most starchy in a carrot. That is. What a great crop. All you do is you plant a few of these the first year that you get them. And after that, in my case, there's always some left over. So I don't even have to plant any. There's just some little ones that I leave in, and I'll have another crop just comes up by itself. Oh, of course, the stuff that's so long are beautiful. I have these little yellow flowers on it eventually. Takes a long time, and it's beautiful. It's just beautiful. The whole plant, look at this. It's like food from heaven. Manna from heaven. At one time. And very nutritious. Oh. Oh. Thank you, Father. What a great plant. So, oh my gosh, so good. Just so fresh. After all this time, right? So fresh. Okay. Then So good. I went out and just in my front yard, I picked all this. That's the wild onions, wild garlic. Ah, so hard to see, isn't it? A whole bunch. I'm going to cut those up. Some of them I'm just going to cut up. Have fresh, just a little fresh to use before. Yep. Then I'm going to cut up a whole bunch, put in the freezer. Oh, yes, great. And then I also take some, with some garlic, I'm going to make a paste, like a butter. But you can just do it with water, too. And put some garlic and onions in it, and some spices, and make me an herb butter, like that as well. Yes? Oh, I use it on bread or pizza instead of the tomato sauce. I use it in soups, and it's really good on meat as well. Herb butter on steaks and stuff. Anyway, lots of stuff to do with this. All grows out there. I don't have to do anything. It's a wild plant, edible plant. Okay, all right. That's what I did. Oh, I wanted to show, because I've talked about this before. I think I have. These are banana peels. They have dried. It only takes a few days. I saw that in a video on how a guy used these and fertilizes his house plants with it. And I'm going, oh, that's cool. We eat bananas here. And, you just thought, yeah, I'll put those out to dry, you know. I can put them on the stove when we have the stove on. Then it goes really fast. And I thought, yeah, they're probably going to mold. No, they actually dry really fast. Just in the air, just a few days, about a week, and they're ready to go. I just cut them up in small pieces and stick them into my plants. What great reuse, don't you think? Well, okay, all right. So there. I like to show things that people talk a lot about stuff, right? And I wonder, I mean, I got it. My questions always are with certain things. It's thundering out there. Woo! I like a good thunderstorm. Part of nature too. You hardly know anymore if someone's telling the truth out there or not, right? Is this just something someone put a video together with all these gimmicks, how this works or that works? I saw one with toothpaste. I'm going, man, if toothpaste works like that on all the stuff, I don't think I want it in my mouth. My mouth too sensitive for that kind of stuff. All right. Well, anyway. And then certain other things, you see pictures, and I start wonders, is that actually an actual picture, or has it been so photoshopped that it's not really actually giving the actual place or event or stuff like that, right? Okay. It's so hard to figure out what actually is the truth out there, right? Yes? When it comes to cyber world, I saw another one where cyber attacks. I'm going, I don't care about that stuff. This is not my life. Okay? That's a good handy tool, but that's not my life. I'm going, well, I'll be in the garden. Something happened, right? And people notice that something happened. Well, if it happened, it's over, and it didn't do anything, not to me. Everything's working fine, right? I don't know. I have no idea what the problem was or when it happened. Actually, I think it was a few days ago or something. And and I thought, well, I probably was in the garden. Okay. Just okay. Man, that's it. And the truth will set you free. I think it's not just that. I think to realize that you're not going to find the truth on the internet, most likely. The truth happens in real life, reality. Yes? All right. Just saying. Okay, let's get going here. I have a show to watch, a video to watch. I have prayer to do with my brothers and sisters. Yes, yes, yes. Prayer works. So we're in the first book of Chronicles. I think I'm going to have me some more of those Jerusalem artichokes for breakfast. That was good. Oh, my mouth feels so clean and fresh, too. I used that as toothpaste. Okay, first book of Chronicles in 14. King Hiram of Tyre sent masons and carpenters to help build David's palace, and he supplied him with much cedar lumber. Yes, we already read about that too. David now realized why the Lord had made him king and why he had made his kingdom so great. It was for a special reason, to give joy to God's people by building his own palace. Oh, absolutely. Well, that just sounds... After David moved to Jerusalem, he married additional wives and became the father of many sons and daughters. That's giving joy to God's people, sure. Yeah, joy to God's people. What does that mean? How about giving joy to God? Then he would know that he should only marry what? One woman, one wife. Oh, he didn't get the memo. These are the names of the sons born to him in Jerusalem: Shamuah, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, Ibhar, Elishua, Elpelet, Noga, Nepheg, Nepek, Yapiah, Elishama, Beliada, and Elipelet. When the Philistines heard that David was Israel's new king, they mobilized their forces to capture him. Wait a minute. What? What happened here? Weren't the Philistines and David on the same side? Oh, yeah, to get rid of Saul. Oh, now that David's the king now they're going to go after him? Well, what happened to that relationship? It got rained on. But David learned that they were on the way, so he called together his army. The Philistines were raiding the valley of Rephaim, and David asked the Lord, "If I go out and fight them, will you give me the victory? Are you going to be louder, or am I going to be louder?" Well, let's be loud together. Oh, it's slowed down. And the Lord replied, "Yes, I will." Did he? Oh, there was just some lightning. Yeah. So he attacked them at Baal Perazim and wiped them out. He exulted. I think God's speaking now and goes, "Nah, God has used me to sweep away my enemies like water bursting through a dam." I think it's more like the other way around. God wouldn't use anyone to create war. That is why the place has been known as Baal Perazim ever since, meaning the place of breaking through. After the battle, the Israelis? Well, that's interesting. Israelis, not Israelites, picked up many idols left by the Philistines, but David ordered them burned. Okay, that's good. Later, the Philistines raided the valley again, and again David asked God what to do. Oh, so it sounds like he did seek the guidance of God. Here. Sounds like it. The Lord replied, "Go around by the mulberry trees." Oh, I started the hole for my mulberry tree. And attack from there. When you hear a sound like marching in the tops of the mulberry trees, that is your signal to attack. For God will go before you and destroy the enemy. So David did as the Lord commanded him, and he cut down the army of the Philistines all the way from Gibeon to Gezer. David's fame spread everywhere, and the Lord caused all the nations to fear him. Okay. I have nothing to say to this. Don't know what to say. I think we talked enough about war. I do not believe God was a part of any of this. Ever. Never will be. And I wonder how many mulberry trees there are. See, and here it is. Mulberry trees? I mean, why not also, okay, now we're going to name this grove of mulberry trees where God instructed me to be there and wait for the signal. That didn't get a name. Okay. Anyway, so there it is. What I found is when you try to kind of follow something, say on the internet, okay? Oh, okay, there's this story, so let's follow the story. Or there is some concern, for example, climate change. Let's follow that and see where it goes. It never goes anywhere. That's what I found. It's a whole bunch of complaining. Then there is some rebels that are out there doing whatever. Then people talking and down degrading others who are also talking about it, always talking against each other. There's no unity to be found. Then I have to wonder, how bad is the problem actually, or whatever is going on? And then it just kind of fizzles into the sand. Oh, trend's gone. Right? Then I always want to say, so I just followed that. What else did I miss? Right? Because that was so hyped up, bunched up. What did I just miss? Trends. It's like we live from one trend to the next. And with no solutions, really, when it comes down to it, right? Yes? I believe that I see that definitely the worst trend that we have is not being able to unite under a common denominator, no matter where you come from. Look at the situation clearly, right? And with a, how I say it, truly address what the problem is, rather than, that's another one I find, create extra problems. I call them lies. Create extra lies about things, right, that then supports your side and degrades the other side, and vice versa. Right? Yes? Okay. Well, how are you going to solve anything like that? So the main problem I find in everybody's life, including our own self, is the conflict we have constantly with ourselves, within our family, community, the nation, the tribes, nation, the world. Because we're not willing to find a common denominator and then work together to solve the problem. If there is one. Anyway. Kind of makes sense to me. But, okay. It's coming again. You want your time now, don't you? Okay, rain's good. Rain is good. That fills our spring again. Wonderful. Fills up all the buckets out there. Yeah. Beautiful world. If you can see the beauty in it. Yes? Anyway, climate change. I go to town. Yes. Okay. So if you're not working a job anymore, yes, you could be as young as me. Yeah. Yeah. Young. And you're retired. You're at home. Then one thing that our older generation can do, and the one after that, after that, is stay home more. You don't need to get in a car every day, right? Yes? Keep teaching on how to conserve. Yes? There was no plastic attached to this, nor did I need it to wrap into some plastic. Oh, and then pay money for it, right? Yes? I'll put it in another plastic bag. Yeah? That came straight out of my garden, right over here. Yes? That's cool, huh? The chives, the same thing. Yes? I go to town once a month. Now, before it was every 3 to 4 months. Once a month to get everything that I need for the whole month. The animals, not always for the animals, but someone else who's already out there, already making the trip to go to work, can pick up some things. Yes? Well, but then you have to have the situations. That's right. Set yourself up to where you work together. That's one way to start. Right? Yes? Anyway. So many things that if one is really concerned, well, the ones who are not concerned about climate change, I hope you're concerned about your grandchildren and great-grandchildren, this and that. As I said, the amount of garbage that we create out there. Yes? Oh, not just garbage, new things. I've said this about cars before, the ones that don't sell. Supposedly, they're somewhere out in the desert somewhere, right? I mean, miles and miles of unused, brand new cars, trucks. That's a weird one. But supposedly it's out there. Maybe made up too. I don't know. But the ones, as I said, holler, right, about climate change. Like to come to your home and see how that's working for you. Huh? Are you just hollering or actually doing something about it? Where does it start? It starts with yourself. Yes? Yeah? I can talk about a whole bunch of things too. But if I've got nothing to show for what I'm talking about, then I'm just hot air, right? A lot of hot air going on around there. Oh, and it's pretty foul too. Okay. All right. Had enough. I think that just a small passage. If one has something to say, right, like David, oh, the Lord told me, this is why we're winning. It had nothing to do with the hundreds of thousands of soldiers. Okay, nothing, absolutely nothing. Okay, and all the weapons they have, this and that. They sounded like they were pretty well equipped, right, from what we've read before, when it comes to weapons and all that. And they were very well cared for. So they're strong, they're well fed, they've got the weapons, they're well equipped, you know. That's a good basis to win a war, right? Yeah. Lots of them, right? And yet here's David and he's let's give all the glory to God. What kind of glory is that exactly? Then it starts out with on how he gets all this help from this other guy, king, I think, Hiram, to made a deal with him, okay, to build his own palace. It's not talking about the temple of God, his own palace, and on how that brings that's so much joy for God's people. You know, slipped God in there. So much joy for the people. In which way? They weren't doing all that bad beforehand with King Saul either. Just saying. Because they were able to gather all this stuff for hundreds of thousands of soldiers and have a 3-day feast. Say. And the people were all happy and excited. Oh, until it came to the ark. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. So David's, it's not God who made use of David. It's David that is making use of God. And that's pretty foul right there. So we're not getting... when you read through it, you can go either way. You can believe whatever you want. Whatever suits you. Right? Oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, that's kind of united. It's in the way that it is given. You can go either way. Right? You can just believe it all and go, oh yeah, God's going to get you, if you, right? Or you can say, I don't believe God was a part of that. God's not like that. God does not create war. Never, ever. Because he could have stopped all that right at Abel and Cain. Why did he not come down and bless Abel as he did David to win against Cain? Tell me. I'm listening. All right. Because God does not interfere with our own freedom of will, choice, and all that. Yes? Okay. Oh, but then later on, when it comes to the people of Israel and the kings there, he does. Well, that's a flip-floppy God. I'm not sure whose God that is, but it ain't mine. Just saying. Right? I'm going to finish with this. So, clarity. Get clarity on things. Right? Yes? Yeah? Huh? There it is. Whoop, whoop. I heard a good one from someone in a comment. He says, the Father is consistent. Okay, then don't portray him any different way. If you really believe that our Father in heaven is consistent, our parental God is consistent, then don't believe otherwise. Because I caught him. Doing the opposite later on. So, can't have it both ways. Oh, I guess one can. It can be said, again, in a way where you can go either way and I guess feel comfortable. However, whatever you want. Not what you need, not what you should believe, where you should be going with your life, but what you want. Right? According to your own free will. Not God's will, God's desire, God's ideal for mankind, humankind, right? What you want to do. Yes? Or, get clarity and realize, nope. I am not going to be manipulated. Yes? It's a more challenging way that God's desire, God's will, God's ideal for mankind, right? Yes? Which brings you actually to greater happiness. And any challenge that comes your way, I saw a little blurb. My sister Nancy sent, I had on her, this lady telling the story on how this 6-year-old Terry, it's a great story, anytime the instructor at martial arts would give them some difficult exercise, and I know what that is, you listen and go, but here's the thing, our instructor always had us do it long enough where suddenly you broke through, that's a breakthrough, and you could do it for another hour, right? But as soon as he would realize that we'd broken through, then we would go on to the next thing. Many different things. there where physically you got to just, I can't, oh my gosh, I gotta keep doing. And suddenly your body became lighter and you were not just doing it physically anymore. You broke through to the spiritual realm where mind and body were working together. Fantastic. So anyway, this lady, she says, the instructor would give out, this exercise, and they'll go, and they think, and here would be Terry go, whoop, for the challenge. And in the end, everybody would go, well, as the instructor gave harder and harder exercises, everybody would go, whoop, right? And was pulled with it. Right? So rather than be miserable over a challenge coming your way, even something you choose to do, and then have to work for it, quite hard, to be kind of negative about it. Here is this lady. Whoop! Yeah, let's go. Right? Yes, I like that. Woo! Take on these challenges to get clarity. Don't be afraid to be a salmon, per se. Yes? Anyway. All right. That's all I have to share this morning. Woo! Oh, it echoes here. I love it. Oh. I sometimes get discouraged too. Or discouraged. It's like, do I need to continue talking to these people? I mean, all I can do is just pray for them. I get to that point, right? Oh, that's easy for me. Just pray for people. That's great, right? Yes? Don't have to listen to them. Don't have to concentrate and give them what God wants me to give them. Right? And here, my sister in faith, great friend for, decades and decades now. We live on different continents. This morning sends me, whoop! There you go. I got what? Guidance from God through someone else. I recognize that immediately. Yes? Yeah. Also tells me, you're on the right path, girl. All right. Okay, that's it now. I'm done, and it's just about stopped raining. I've got to get onto my prayer vigil with my brothers and sisters around the world, and the ones that are in Korea in that big old hall. There's hundreds of them in there, all in white too. Oh, the room is beautiful. Nancy sent me a picture. The room is so bright and beautiful with all the people in there praying. Okay, of course, for what? The world, mankind. We need it. We all need it. And the room looks so bright. Oh, that's because of blah, blah, blah. Yeah, maybe. I see more than that. Wonderful, beautiful to be a part of that. Yes? Okay. God's love and blessings always. May He protect you. And I will talk to you all another time. Woo!